Dr. Delvena, help. Your brain love really needs to be felt. Serve me on, don't make me feel on myself. Brain food, brain sleep, neurology health. Brain love on me. I need you to assess, diagnose, and treat. Reveal what's underneath. Some brain love will give me peace. Prescribe me some doc. Ooh, baby. Brain love on me. Brain love. Yes. Brain love. Yes. Brain.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Delvena. It's time for Therapy Thursday. Are you ready to take the couch? I'm here at the G&G, the Glitz and Girl Power Awards. I'm just here doing my thing, getting some of this information, this intel from these beautiful ladies. They're beautiful inside and they're beautiful outside. And they brought their spirit with them. They're gonna talk to you about what did they do to create their company? What did they do to create their organization? How did they become an entrepreneur? How do they continue to climb that ladder? We are so proud of Diva and Shanika and everything that they've accomplished and what they're doing. They're creating a family. They're creating a family of mentees and mentors and entrepreneurs. Join us on the couch, y'all. Hey guys, it's Dr. Delvena and I'm here, I'm back. Right now I'm at Glitz and Girl Power. We're doing the award dinner this evening and I have an honoree with me. Isn't she beautiful? Yes! Brain love, guys, brain love. So there's more to beauty than just what's on the outside. There's also what's on the inside. And I know there's something very special. I have with me Esquire, JD, Counsel, Miss Callie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, welcome to the couch.
Thank you.
So I just want the listeners and the viewers to know that you are an attorney, you're out west. Tell folks what you do.
I am a VP of Business and Legal Affairs at Revolt Media TV, so I handle everything production, programming, content related for Revolt. I also am the host and creator of Pop Law Podcast, which is a pop culture and entertainment law podcast where I'm educating our people on the law through celebrity lawsuits.
Awesome, that is so phenomenal. So I know the guys are gonna DM me and ask me if you're single.
I am not.
Single means not married. Do we have a wedding ring on?
I mean, coming soon. He's watching, so
Okay.
coming soon.
All right. So for folks wondering how you got into this space, can you tell them what do people need to do to maneuver and get what they want out of life in their careers?
Never give up. Just keep working, set a goal, create a plan, and people give up right when they're almost there. Just keep going. It's harder to go back to where you were than to finish. So keep going, keep going, keep going.
I love that. I'm going to let that be the last word because persistency and tenacity are key.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Esquire.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, and congrats on everything.
Thank you so much.
I'm Dr. Delvena, and you are on the couch.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what does this mean to you to be an honoree tonight?
Oh my God, it's exciting. I'm excited about it just to be a part of a whole bunch of black, beautiful women here, queens that are here, and to represent us in such a different atmosphere. So it's definitely, I'm excited, super excited.
Absolutely. We are super excited to have all of you. You're wearing my favorite color, actually.
Yep, this is my mom's favorite color. She passed away in 2018, so I thought I needed to represent her in this way.
Very nice. We share that in common. My condolences to you.
Thank you so much.
My mother passed in 2005.
Wow, okay. So you already know that we always feel it no matter what, because my mom is who I am today.
Yes. What do you do? What is your brand? What's your business?
So what I do is help small businesses, whether it be black or brown businesses, get funding. I help them understand how to do the blueprint for their business, whether it be bookkeeping, whether it be payroll, whether it just be understanding how you need to put your employees and yourself on payroll and understand why you need to do your taxes for your business and yourself. So yeah, I teach them financial literacy of small businesses and how to get the funding that we need.
Awesome. And thank you so much for what you do. During COVID-19, during the pandemic, I think we all saw that a lot of our small businesses really weren't prepared. They couldn't apply for those PPP loans. And so are people in better shape now that they have you?
They're getting there and they're understanding the process. but we still have to do a lot of work, a lot of footwork with a lot of small businesses. Because you got to understand, a lot of these small businesses run like a mom and pop shop, so they don't understand that. Stop thinking it as a small business and think of your business as a multi-million-dollar business. And when you do that, then you'll get more out of it.
Wow, I love that. And that's going to be the last word for the financial literacy from Miss Camille. I love it. Treat your business like it is a big, booming, mega million-dollar business.
Correct.
Congratulations to you again, Queen.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Say brain love.
Brain love.
So I have Chef Danny here. How do you spell Danny?
Danie.
And there it is.
Yes. My name is Daniela, so I just cut it at Danny.
I love your whole look.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So what motivated you to become a chef?
Well, I love the transfer of energy. So when you're in the kitchen, it's a real intimate space. You get to know people on a whole different level. And I know that I give people real great vibes. So I just try to transfer that energy to the food and to my clients. And it just makes it so much better to know that they're enjoying what I'm passionate about.
Absolutely. I always tell people when someone cooks for you, they're giving you their energy. So I totally agree with that. And as a psychiatrist, energy, spirit, all those things are so very important. You know, it's about our physical, mental health, but as well the spiritual and the energy.
Yes.
What's your favorite food to cook for other people?
Anything that's Asian influenced and is mixed with fusion. So I'm Haitian and Dominican in background. Yeah, and I love like fusing that with Asian cuisine just because it's my favorite, but honestly, you give me a good old Southern meal too, and I'm here for it.
All right. Are we from South Florida?
Yes,
Okay.
born and raised.
Nice. Congratulations tonight on being an honoree.
Thank
we
you.
love that you're feeding folks. There is a food desert out here, so
Yes.
you know we have to take care of one another.
Absolutely.
So for anyone who wants to reach you, do you do private catering and parties, things like that?
Yes, so I have a full agency, and it's
Ooh.
called Food Provocateur.
Wait, whoa. Food Provocateur.
Yes.
Okay, did you guys get that?
Yeah, so with Food Provocateur, what I do is have hands-on mentorships with other chefs where pretty much what took me 16 years to achieve, it's going to take them about 5 for them to get the type of status that I have.
I love that to death. I
Yes.
love it. Mentoring is so important. We have to help one another. We can't just keep taking. We
No.
got to give. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much. We have to reach as we climb.
Yeah, you're giving people the blueprint to do what you've done.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
cheers to you. Say bring
Cheers.
love.
Thank you. Bring love.
I'm so nervous, guys. I'm sitting here with some heavy hitters. We got Natasha Main here, Esquire JD, attorney counsel, and of course everybody knows Super Cindy from 99 Jams. She is the interviewer, so you know I'm like an amateur right now. These ladies are here tonight for the dinner awards, and they're both honorees. Super Cindy is the Superwoman Cape Award. Superwoman is the award for Super Cindy tonight, and Natasha, you're an honoree. So tell folks exactly. I follow you on Instagram, so I know the energy that you bring. Why is it so important for you to help people in their personal relationships?
Personal relationships to me is like the foundation of everything. You know, and when people come into my office, of course, because I'm a family and matrimonial attorney, I get people at their weakest point. In life, when your relationship with your partner does not work, you feel like your whole life is tearing apart. But when people come into me, it's like a therapy session. So I dig deeper than just the issues that go on in a relationship. Usually issues that go on in a relationship are tied to childhood trauma, are tied to adult drama, are tied to something that hurt. And we exhibit it more intensely in the relationships. So I try to work with people to say, hey, you know, maybe you need to look at X, Y, and Z. Sometimes I've told numerous people, I don't think you're ready for a divorce. I think what you should do is probably try some type of therapy. So I kind of use my law firm as like a ministry.
Listen, Esquire, I'm so sorry to jump in. Super, doesn't she sound like she was a psychiatrist in her former life? She's taking my job. So everyone, you guys know I'm a psychiatrist, and I watched one of your videos on Instagram, and you were telling women, why do you want to stay with this person treating you the way that they are? You know, you were basically telling women you got to know when to say no, you got to know when to stop, you got to know when to draw the line. So I appreciate you also bringing in the timeline of people, their childhood, their traumas, because it makes a lot of sense.
Of course, of course. You can't just look at things on a very shallow level. If you do that, you're never going to get to the core. It's just going to repeat itself and repeat itself and repeat itself over and over. So I think when we take our time and just internalize and figure out what our issues are, what our insecurities are, what our traumas are, I think we become a better woman. And a better woman only invites healthy relationships.
That's absolutely correct. And I see why you're an honoree tonight, because you're helping to empower our population of women. You're helping people. You're not just collecting a paycheck when you bring people into your office. You're trying to change and better their lives.
Thank you.
So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So guys, tell them where they can follow you.
You can follow me. I am Natasha, Natasha, Maine, Mayne. I am Natasha Maine.
Now, before I let you guys go, I want to ask about being a superwoman, because both of you exhibit the qualities of being a superwoman. I'm going to start with you, Super Cindy. What does it take to be a superwoman out here?
I think sort of what, you know, she said as well, Natasha said, is that you have to dig deep and come to be truthful with yourself.
Yeah.
And be who you are.
Absolutely.
And then once you accept yourself and dig deep in yourself, no matter what anyone says about you, it won't penetrate you, because you are honest with your flaws and all. Everything that's good, everything that's bad about you, love me or hate me.
That's right.
It's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you accept yourself, there's nothing that anyone could say about you that's gonna do anything. And that's when you swing your cape, flip your hair.
That's right.
Show your beautifulness.
That's
right.
And keep it moving. That's
It's
how
about
it is.
being Teflon.
Yeah.
So we
That's
got Teflon here, and then what would you add to that, Esquire?
You know, I think
Love
Cindy
it.
is right on it. Right on it. And, you know, it's a journey every day to wake up and say, I'm going to be the best me. Because we have triggers and we're human beings. We're not perfect every day. You know what I mean? We're infallible. We make mistakes, you know? And every day we are. I don't think a woman is ever 100% healed. I think we are healing every day. We are evolving to be a better person every single day. And we just have to make that decision when we get up. I am going to be better than I was yesterday.
Yes.
Yes.
So guys, you know, I have this Brain Love acronym. The O in love stands for ownership. Own your mistakes.
Yes.
Both of these ladies just said that. And I'm going to add one thing, and then I'm letting you guys go. I have a dress like that I'm wearing Thursday night to the awards, so don't think I'm biting off of you. No. You have it first, but it's not exactly like that, but it's very similar.
Okay, I can't wait to see you in. I'm sure you're going to be stunning. Stunning.
So, all right, ladies, let's say brain love. Brain love. Guys, we are still here at the Dinner Awards show. It's Sunday night. We're here. We're honoring so many fabulous women. Thursday night is the awards gala.
Yes.
I have with me none other than ta-da!
Sophia, So You Want to Talk.
Hey!
And Traveling Red Suitcase. So
Not traveling with a suitcase?
Traveling Red Suitcase.
Listen, girl, you said travel. That is I love to travel.
Yeah, I travel, but with the Traveling Red Suitcase, it's all about, I created it after I had a stroke at 35 years old.
Oh, wow.
So the red suitcase represents a woman's heart.
I
You know, as
see.
women, we always keep everything in. So because I kept so much things in, I ended up having a stroke. So on my hospital bed, God released, you're going to create a ministry called the Traveling Red Suitcase.
Wait, who created the ministry?
God downloaded to me in the hospital. God
Okay,
told
guys,
me,
I gotta stop you for a second because I have to emphasize what you just said. You were 35 years old and you suffered a stroke, a brain attack, a CVA, pardon me.
Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
In 2015.
Okay, so we're talking 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
man, I just have to give glory to God.
He deserves all of it.
I have to give glory to God
He deserve
that this
it
lady
all.
is here.
I'm here. It's
I
no
met you
difficulties.
just out here, and
Yeah.
we sort of just said hi, and it was just a brief hello
Yeah.
and exchange. I didn't realize you had such a story.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't know. Because when people look at people that have strokes, they have issues with their hands. God took me totally out. I had no brain issues. Living my day normally. So he deserves all the honor.
He is.
He deserves all
He
the
is.
honor.
He
So
is.
that's all I can say. Give him thanks. Give him thanks all the time. I encourage women, no matter what you're going through, give him all the praise. I always tell people, do not allow your pain and your struggle to define who you are.
Yes.
Because sometimes we go through stuff, that's our way of God equipping us for where he's taking us.
That's
And
right.
a lot of women, we feel like as failure, we feel this relationship didn't work, I'm being rejected. But sometimes your rejection is your biggest blessing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm a living testimony of that. So to be in this place on the women from different walk, it speaks volume.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And saying that about the storm makes me think of something that I've seen several times, and it is this. I'm paraphrasing, but sometimes God brings the storm not to challenge you, not to stop you, but to clear your path.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need that in order to back up, reset, switch gears, and make changes in our lives.
Oh yeah, we all have to take a breather. Because I've been there, there's days I just like, God, why me?
Yeah.
And God, I have to take a breather and just sit there and say, God,
Okay.
let me reset me, renew me.
I wanted to talk to you about, what you're doing in your career, but you just dropped this on me. You just dropped it. So tell folks, what signs or symptoms did you have when you
You know
endured your
what?
stroke?
It's crazy. The signs came out a day before. Even I tell people I had a forewarning. I'm driving, and it was a Sunday, I remember this, and I was listening to my prison worship. Got home, and all I heard in my spirit, put everything where your family can find it.
Put everything where your family can find it.
And I was able to do that. The next morning I woke up, everything went numb. Everything went numb.
Okay.
So it happened in one day.
Wow.
I didn't have no high blood pressure. I was like a guinea pig in a hospital because they were trying to find out how do a 35-year-old, no high blood pressure,
Yes.
no diabetes,
Yes.
and never a stroke.
And it was stress.
It was
Listen,
stress.
I talk to you guys all the time about stress, what stress and anxiety can do for you, and that's why I have this Brain Love. Brain Love is an acronym. Brain Love teaches you about living your life on a daily basis so that you can have balance and you don't become overwhelmed with stress. I'm bringing you back on the podcast so we can do a full interview so I can talk to you because I think women need to hear about this. Women are at higher risk than men for heart attacks, MIs, myocardial infarctions, and strokes are right there. So guys, you need to hear this information.
Yeah, it's very important because I look at life so differently now. I've learned not to look at it in the natural. I started looking at it in the spiritual. Only he took me out of this one.
I was just talking to someone about the physical, mental, spiritual being. Those are the aspects of life that we have to keep balanced, guys.
Yeah.
So say Brain Love.
Brain Love.
Dr. Barnes, hey, welcome to the couch.
Cheers.
Congrats on being an honoree tonight.
Thank you so much.
You just brought something to my attention.
Yes.
You are a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Look, cheers to that. Okay?
cheers to that, yes. Awesome. So you are a doctor in what field?
So I have my doctorate in education, leadership and supervision. I got my doctorate from Virginia State University. In 2018, I am the youngest person in the school's history to ever obtain a doctoral degree from the university in the university's history.
Wow.
So it makes me, very proud to have that accolade. Prior to doing public relations, I was a classroom teacher for 10 years. I was an assistant principal. I was on all kind of different, school board committees for culture, inclusivity. So that's my passion is people.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I'm
Well,
excited to be here tonight.
Perfect. We share that in common. My passion is people as well. But I got a couple of questions for
Sure.
you. So number one, how old were you when you acquired or earned, I should say, your PhD?
Yeah, so I applied to the program when I was 24 and I earned it when I was 28.
Oof.
28 years old, yes.
Okay, all right. So tell folks, because there are a lot of people out there who are working towards a PhD or their grad degree, let them know what are the things that they have to do to achieve and to earn it. I know not giving up is the first thing.
For
what
sure.
else would you say?
The biggest thing I would have to say is time management. I was young obtaining my degree, and it was a lot of times you have to make sacrifices. It was a lot of times my friends wanted to go out, wanted to party, we wanted to take trips, and I was writing a dissertation or working on a paper. So the biggest thing is if it's something you really, really want to do,
you have to make time for that and understand that besides earning the title, it's a lot of work that you have to put in behind that title. So just really, really be ready for that mentally because it's a lot of work. And that's why there are only, less than 1% of individuals. When you join that club, it's less than 1% who have these degrees. And especially when it comes to us as, Black women, it's even a smaller portion of that. So just really, really just be mentally prepared when you're going into that.
Gotcha. So guys, we know D stands for doctor, Delvena, Delta. We're also going to say discipline. Discipline, because
sure.
she just described to you discipline. So you got to be disciplined in what you do. You said that you were working on not your thesis.
Dissertation.
Your dissertation, thank you. I didn't have to do a dissertation to be a physician. So that is so much more challenging,
Yes.
I believe, because you got to win over a whole panel of folks.
Yes.
What was your project?
So my dissertation was on culturally responsive teaching practices. So, working in a inner city school district, I worked in Virginia, Richmond City Public Schools for 10 years. A lot of the children that I served were low socioeconomic, low background. The per pupil index for those children was, borderline, poverty.
Gotcha.
Or poverty stricken. A lot of those kids suffer from PTSD, and when we think of PTSD, we think of war. But PTSD, a lot of the experiences that they deal with on a regular basis was traumatic.
Break it down.
So for me, what does culturally responsive teaching practice look like? What does it mean to be culturally inclined? And you have a whole spectrum we can go into: cultural sensitivity, cultural religion, cultural practices. But the biggest thing is understanding the population that you serve. That's the biggest thing. And culturally being inclusive. Same with the police department. You have police officers who, are working for law enforcement, areas where they never lived. And you can't understand you can't understand something you've never been in. So just being culturally aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, man. So guys, you must know that trauma is a thing. You heard Natasha Main, the attorney, mention trauma when she talked about relationships and helping her clients through divorce. You hear this educator now talking about trauma. We have to recognize, and this is why I do what I do with mental health and wellness, because I want people to know trauma exists. And
Yes.
like you heard Dr. Barnes say, it ain't just from war.
Yes, and my best friend, just to talk, my best friend is here with me, and she is a social worker. She has a background in social work. Another one of my best friends is a licensed social worker, and she has a background in post-maternal, postpartum.
Wow.
And when we think about, mental health is it's so real, and I'm so glad that it's cool to talk about it now, because
it's trending.
It's trending because before, especially in our community, we were taught to wear a mask.
Yes.
As Black women, we have to always be strong, and it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
It's okay to take a self-care day.
Yes.
It's okay to say no. I think sometimes self-care for me is saying no.
Yes.
Because we overexert ourselves to people, and then we wonder why we're burnt out.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that mental health and mental awareness on all these things are becoming more aware, because it's very, very important.
Yeah. Guys, Brain Love is an acronym. The L in love is limits. Know your limits. Know how to say no.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned wellness. So
Yes.
are you here in South Florida?
No, so I'm actually based between Philadelphia and Atlanta. So I live
Okay.
in Philadelphia. A lot of my clients live in Atlanta. So I'm really, really excited just to, be back and forth between the two.
Okay.
I love Florida. I used to be out here a lot. It's hot, but I love that.
We have a wellness spa, so I just asked because
I'll
we
be-
do
oh,
facials
okay.
and all that stuff.
Oh,
so I will
yes.
give you my card.
Yes.
And thank you for what you do in the community
Appreciate
with our
that.
children, what you've done as an educator. Thank you for your service. I wish teachers and educators made so much more money than you guys do.
Absolutely.
Oh, gosh, we got to respect the educators. They spend so much time with our kids. Thank you, and
Thank
congrats to you again. And
Thank
say
you.
brain love.
Brain love. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Miss Farida Rajkumar. Did I say that properly?
Yes, perfect.
Tell us, what does your name mean?
Farida, it means, in our language, I think it means like the unique one of beauty. And my last name means prince. It's my husband's last name, so I guess I'm his princess now.
Okay, absolutely you are. And you look stunning. You look
Thank you.
like a princess, a queen, we'll
Thank
say.
you.
Congratulations on your award tonight with G&G. What does it mean to you?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. A member of my organization, one of the women I totally admire, Sakina Mathis, she nominated me for it, so I didn't know what the expectation was. But being here now and being in a room of all of these women and hearing about their accomplishments, I feel honored to be in a room filled with these women that have done so much for our community. So definitely now being here, being present, and learning about them as well has helped me to kind of put this together and say, wow, this is a great honor.
Yes, absolutely. And I heard them introduce you, and you are so worthy for this praise. You are so worthy. Can you tell folks what is your organization and what do you do?
So Networking for Hindu Professionals. I'm a Hindu American, for those of you who are not familiar. Hindu is my practice, of my way of life, and I come from an ancient culture from India. That's my origin. And so it's called Networking for Hindu Professionals because I felt like there's a need for us to be present in our community and be present in society in a way that we have not been present before. The most important word is not the fact that we're networking or that we're Hindus. It's more the for, the small little three-letter word. It's for us to utilize this platform to have a voice. It's for us to use this platform to really connect with others who may not understand who we are and what makes us different from others. It's for us to exercise our inalienable rights, in living in this country and having the freedom of expression. And I feel like as a Hindu American, there's so much that we can share. There's so much we can connect with others and build this understanding. So when someone sees me dressed this way, or they see my weird name, or I'm wearing a bindi on my head, they can understand a little bit better and have a better sense of gravity as to who I am when I walk into a room and to appreciate me as a human being. Yeah. NetHP is a platform for college students. Now we've actually added high school students, college students, young professionals, business owners and leaders in our community. And the emphasis is basically on four things that we really, really hold really passionately about: philanthropy, community, service, and leadership. What we really do is we're harnessing the resources of our community and really sharing it among each other so that we can grow the community. So if you grow as a doctor and I utilize your practice, I grow, my community grows, and we're able to give back, and it comes full circle. What makes us different is because we're not a 501c. We are a business organization with a charitable component. Okay. So every month we pick a charity that someone may not have heard of. We bring them in to speak. We build awareness of the charity, and we give a donation to that charity. Every year we give a scholarship to a high school student and a college student. Now we've actually added grad school scholarship as well. So we're constantly building the pipeline, I think, for continuity in our community.
Okay. So say the name of your organization again.
Networking for Hindu Professionals.
And there was another, you mentioned another name as well.
Well, we say NetHP. It's an acronym that we use.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
And you don't have to be a Hindu to be a part of the organization. You don't have to be a particular color to be a part of the organization or belief. It's just based on those values that I was raised with that has inspired me.
So one thing that I've noticed many things about what you just said, that your organization helps, how you help in the community, but representation is so very vital to all of us, and oftentimes people get missed because they don't have representation. So you're providing representation for that population, but also you're saying we're not excluding other people. If you need us, come.
Yeah, we're not exclusive. We're inclusive because the whole idea of it is to really share with one another and to really connect and build understanding. Some people say then we can become tolerant. I don't like the word tolerance. I feel like that says that you're putting up with someone, but understanding is more embracing each other. And then I can invite you to my New Year Diwali, and I can invite you to my holy festival that celebrates spring, and we can share those things in commonality. When you celebrate your festivals, I'm also able to have an understanding of what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like outside of the cultural aspect of it, because that's important, we all have specific cultures, and sometimes it separates us. It divides us. I feel like we need to do more in the community, and I think that's why we handpick every member. Every member goes through a process of application, interview, and we want to see what you bring to the table. We want to see what strengths do you have, doctor? How is it that you're going to help propel the organization
Yes,
forward?
what can you bring to us, not what can we do for you
Absolutely.
exclusively.
And then we
Yeah.
help you grow, right? You share your passion. You come on board and you're like, I'm passionate about a specific charity. Then Farida comes on board with our resources to help propel that charity as well. So it really, really goes full circle in helping one another in greater ways than just networking. So yes, we have really great events at really cool venues, and we drink and we eat and have a good time, but we're also doing great things together.
Okay, so guys, I hope you've heard from her and also from the other interviews that relationships are vital in life. You got to have relationships. You have to create those circles. It's important for your mental health and wellness, and this is one of the types of ways that you can do that, is being a part of an organization. Where's your organization based?
We have events from West Palm Beach all the way to Miami. Every month there's a fantastic event that you can attend to network and meet our members, and it's open to the public.
I want to be on the email guest list.
Yes.
I want to know about these events. You're fabulous. You look fabulous. You got a
Yes.
fabulous award, and you're so deserving. We appreciate what you do for the people in the community. Thank you so much for your time. Brain love, guys. Okay, guys, we're still on the couch. You're still in the psychiatrist's office. You're not at a party, although you have these gorgeous twins here. Listen, when they walked up, I asked, are you guys family members? They're twins. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So introduce yourselves for us.
Well, my name is Shanae Hill, and I serve as the CEO of Premier Choice Group. And my name is Shantae Gilmer, and I serve as the Chief Operating Officer for Premier Choice Group.
Okay, so what's Premier Choice Group?
So we are one of few full-service consulting agencies specializing in capital management, PR and marketing, and event planning productions. We serve leaders all across the globe and their teams.
Nice. So, all right. I've heard you don't go into business with family. I'm a psychiatrist. Sometimes I get people in my office and they're having issues.
Right.
So I want an honest answer here.
Okay.
Who really runs? I want to start with this question. Who really runs the office? Which twin?
She does. The chief executive officer, make no mistake about it.
Okay, so let me tease that out. So
Okay.
the important thing here is you step aside and you let her do the job that's in her lane.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
it's funny because growing up, I'm actually the oldest by 7
You
minutes.
took my next question.
Yes, by 7 minutes.
So this is the oldest one here, guys.
It is, but as we've matured in life, my job is done, and so I've sat back and I've let her lead, but she's a phenomenal leader.
That's
within the
right.
agency.
So it should be okay to allow someone to lead you when they've shown you they have what it takes to lead.
Absolutely.
What do you like about her leadership skills?
Well, she's versatile.
That's
the one
important.
thing. The one thing about Shanae is that, you see the beauty, brains, but don't put her in a box. Because she has the ability to connect with any audience, any person, any leader at any given day or time.
Oh, does she make you want to cry?
Yeah, she does. She does all the time.
That is so precious. So you guys are being honored tonight. What does this mean to you and what you were able to create? What does this say about what you've accomplished?
Oh, wow.
I'm a psychiatrist. I give hard questions.
I love it. I love it, though. You give the questions that make you think.
Yes.
I love this type of honor, though, because it allows us to be recognized for the ability to overcome some of our barriers, right? Women in business, or just business in general nowadays, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And so when you're able to have some level of a win, and then we're able to explore it as a family unit, it just makes it even more sweeter,
Yes.
And our ability to be able to encourage one another and to be able to just show other, little boys and girls that if you just grind and you put your heart to it and be prepared for the opportunity and seize it, you too, we're evidence.
Yes.
We come from humble beginnings.
Yes, very
and we've
humble.
just been dedicated to the grind, dedicated to the passion.
I like that. I like it. So what are some of the barriers that you guys had to overcome? Being a woman-owned, black-owned, minority-owned business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first major barrier was starting a business being self-funded with no money.
I can attest to that too.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna
Let's
tap
go
to
ahead
that.
and tap
Yes.
to that. Tap to that. Because many black-owned businesses have to start that way,
Yeah.
right? With little or no money, very few mentors, in the business, and we grow and we learn and we have a lot of costly mistakes, which we all can testify to, and so that's one of the barriers. The other barrier is, not having a lot of mentorship to teach you how to actually build models that work. Right, and so a lot of times there's a lot of trial and error, and the gem of it all is that you have a support system that helps you to believe that you can, despite what you see and what you experience. But I think for us, those were some of the major barriers. We had little capital, and we had very few mentors that could show us what a full-service, successful consulting model globally, attacking and servicing leaders all around the globe, what that looked like. Right? Because we didn't come from an entrepreneurship family. We came from a family, we work with a lot of our siblings. We come from a family of 5, and our parents instilled faith. They instilled, hey, you treat people the way you need to be treated, you work hard, but they didn't have a whole lot of entrepreneurship, experience. Yeah.
So that brings us to Glitz and Girl Power, to G&G. G&G has created this family for folks like us who are entrepreneurs, who are giving back to the community, giving back to the women, and particularly helping one another out and creating this family for each other so that we can be mentees to one another, so we can mentor each other. So I love that. Before you get out of here, help some of the people out there. What do people have to do if they want to run a family business with family members? How do you get along besides staying in your lanes?
So Shatay, I'll go first. Okay. So some of the tips, because we're often asked this, some of the tips on how to run a successful family business. One, it starts with trust. Trust is, I would say, the foundation for all things that you're going to experience in business. You have to trust each other. 2, you have to respect. There are boundaries that exist, whether you're family or non, and you have to be communicative about what they are and be respectful of them. So I would say trust. I would say making sure that you have your boundaries and you stick to them. 3rd, I would say making sure that you keep Christ as your center. We're faith-based. We believe in Christ and what he represents and who he is in our life. And despite all of the obstacles that we face, being family, being sisters, protecting our sisterhood, fighting for our sisterhood, even when we didn't feel like talking at times, it was the Christ in us that said, you know what, don't give up. No, go tap her, right? Let's hug. We gonna get through it. Let's pray. And so those are some of the major things that I would say.
And what are you adding, twin?
She always, we say, okay, well, I'll go first. Sometimes I want to go first.
I'm sure you guys are sharing the same thoughts. You were 9 months in mama's belly or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I would add that there's no small role. When you decide to commit to business, you have to be willing to sometimes play the background. And that's not a bad thing. The one thing that makes us successful is that we understand that there's one leader. There can only be one CEO, right? And we're here to support her vision. So as long as you stay in your lane, but be respectful and understand that any role matters within the business, you can truly be extremely successful with a family business.
And that's why they are successful. That's why they are honorees tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Hello? Hello? Oh, hold on a second. Someone wants to know if you guys are single.
I love it.
I am.
She is. Our CEO is single and ready to mingle.
So this is not a rule. Is this your wedding band?
This is.
Oh,
this
okay.
Is
okay. Hold on.
That's it.
Okay, so
Shanae
is single.
Shantae
is not.
taken.
I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
so,
God.
Listen, ladies. Brayla.
Brayla.
Yeah. Guys, on the couch is Mahogany Cherry.
Hello.
So I'm going to get you saying brain love in the beginning.
I'm here for it.
Brain love, we're tapping
Brain
into
love.
brain love, mental wellness, as well as her award today.
Thank you so much.
At the G&G dinner. You were honored.
Well, we can't tap and not drink, so let's.
Oh, okay. She is so right. Oh, this is so tasty.
Cheers, absolutely.
Cheers. And congrats to you.
Thank you.
What does this award mean to you?
It means everything. When I first found out I got it, I was confused because I'm like, what did I do? Who did I talk to? Where's this coming from? You know? And as I started learning more about Glitz and Girl Power and what they do and the foundations that they bring people to life, right? Like they help impact people. I'm like, of course I want to be a part of this. Of course I want to make sure that anything that I'm doing is helping the community, is uplifting the community, it's impacting other people bigger than what I'm doing, right? So,
and I want the people to know exactly how you're impacting our community because you're doing it. You took a leap during coronavirus 19, during the pandemic.
Yes.
Your I guess your employer, Bacardi.
Yeah.
You talked to them about something much needed in the community.
Absolutely. So I essentially was working in corporate communications when, we also own Angel's Envy. And Angel's Envy is a bourbon out of Louisville.
I like Angel's Envy.
Oh, so do I, girl.
I wish I had
So
some
do
right now.
I'll get you some. I'll get you some. But Breonna Taylor was murdered 5 miles from our distillery. And
Whoa.
At that point, I said, okay, we need to start saying something. Like, this is not just impacting our communities as a whole. This is impact our community, you know? This is something that our employees are feeling. This is something that people that work in our surrounding areas are feeling. Let's start talking about what we're not talking about. And as a privately held spirits company, we are very siloed in the things that we talk about, right? But I think this everything that we've been doing around belonging and around diversity and inclusion is something that we needed to talk about a long time ago. We're changing our industry. We're making sure that our numbers meet our marketplace, right? So right now, I'm on a mission to get 15% Black talent in our organization. We're going out and doing things within the community that we've never done before, working with HBCUs, working with various organizations. We are changing the way that we work with our brands and how we go to market. We're doing different things in terms of retaining talent. We're bringing in different programs that we've never done before. And it's opening the eyes of people who never thought the way that I think about talent that doesn't look like them.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to the attention of the people who make decisions at Bacardi. You guys are a big corporation, you're a big company. Having diversity and inclusion means that there are more people, more faces in your corporation who look like you and me.
Yes.
And you're saying you guys are actively going out there to recruit the talent.
Yes.
You know, people thought that was over the whole, and it's not affirmative action, but it sort of is similar.
It's also, I think people take it for granted, right?
Yeah.
I think people automatically assume that this is how society is. Everybody makes the numbers, right? Everybody is doing the right thing. But long story short, every company that you can look at has a long way to go.
Yeah.
They may have all of the employees, but they may not look like that on the C-suites or in the board, right?
Yeah.
And so whenever you look at companies, you always have to look throughout all of the organization, and that's my mission. And it's not just for Bacardi, right? It's making sure that the impact that we're doing is changing the face of like the workplace, so that when my 3-year-old and 1-year-old Black sons come up, they don't have to worry about these kind of conversations, right?
Yeah.
Because things are naturally going to be okay with them. They don't have to worry about affirmative action.
Right.
They don't have to worry about the way that they look, because people will automatically know that they're really good at who they are and what they do. They don't have to be talented in just sports and academics, and they'll be seen for who they are.
Yeah, one time for equity and inclusion. We want that everywhere. And your dress is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I know your mother is my Swara.
And so am I.
Oh my gosh. Cheers
to that.
Yes. Oh, wow, guys, that's so awesome. I should have known you're one of us. We're just so perfect and so awesome. I should have known it. We do the work.
We do the work.
Great for all the other D9s, but we do the work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So why is mental health and wellness important?
Oh my goodness. Why is it not?
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that people take mental health and wellness for granted. And I feel like they think that mental health is something that happens because you commit suicide or because you're depressed, but it goes in so many different phases that people just don't understand. And especially in our community, I feel like it's cliche to go see doctors, or it's taboo to like get help, right? When long story short, if you do it, you would be such a better person.
Yes.
This world would be such a better place. And I think people need to start taking mental health and wellness much more seriously.
You know, I want you to, I'm sorry, I don't want to keep you too long. When we were talking before the interview, you told me you noticed, you appreciated there was a need for something in the community. You reached out to your people in charge and you said, hey, we have to do this. We got to do this wherever you were. And they listened to you. What is your advice for people out there who are in the corporate world, who are climbing the ladder? You know, they're afraid to reach out to people in power, people in positions. What would you say to them?
Reach out. I would say nothing is ever going to change if you're silent or if you sit behind a desk and not say anything. Even if you say it 17 times, that 17th time might be the one that makes the change, right? Yeah. Not everybody has my story, and I'm totally aware of that, and I'm truly appreciative of the background that I have. But everybody can make a difference in their own right. Yeah. And you don't make differences if you don't say anything, right? You can't just sit behind a desk or sit at your house or not join a meeting or not go out to a community event and expect things to change. Yes. So it's be active and be humbled enough to know that sometimes it won't work, but continue to know that someone will listen to you eventually and you will be able to make the change you want to see.
Yeah, and remember guys, closed mouths don't get fed. Period. So if you're passionate about something, if you believe in something, bring it to someone's attention. If there happens to be a bad outcome from you speaking up or saying something, just know that there are no mistakes. The Lord does not create mistakes for you. It may just be a way to change your situation to make you go and do something different.
Everything happens for a reason.
It does. And we know that the man upstairs is the person who's ultimately in control.
That's right.
So step out on faith and do what you know is right.
Yes.
I think that's the premise of this chat right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Same to you. Yes. Thank you for joining me on the couch. Say brain love.
Brain love.
Tap, tap. Guys, it has been such a long evening. I am going home now. Thank you for joining me tonight for G&G, their dinner awards. All the honorees are special. You are special. Listen to their stories. Go follow them on social media. You too can do all of the things that you see these fabulous ladies doing. You can elevate. You can change your life. You can do whatever you want to do. I am going now to get dinner at Smith & Webster. I want the turkey wings. So say Brain Love, and if you're not following the podcast yet, follow the Brain Love podcast on all podcast platforms. And remember, love, love, love. Brain Love.
For more Brain Love on the couch with board-certified psychiatrist Dr. Delvena, make sure you follow on Instagram at Dr. Delvena and at DRT Brain Love. Also, make sure you tune into the Brain Love podcast, airing each and every Sunday at 8 p.m. with a new episode on all podcast